end of first quarter recap. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, just watched the first quarter. It's currently 7-7. The Lions have their second drive. But let's start out with the opening drive.
Yeah, Lions took it right down the field and scored. It was mega efficient.
It looked really good.
Quintez Cephas caught a super nice catch for 46 yards. Beautiful dime from Goff.
That third down play was sensational to watch. Goff felt a little bit of pressure, but then realized that there was no real threat, dropped back, got his composure back, and then threw a beautiful ball to Cephas.
We've had super good protection
Super
so far.
good protection. So yeah, they punch it on the first drive. Cephas gets left on the side of the end zone. Goff throws a great ball. Cephas with a couple great catches. He's a big part of the game plan so far.
3 catches already in the first quarter, so looking good. Green Bay does answer, though. They go right down the field.
Aaron Jones gets a touchdown. Swiss cheese.
Yeah, well, amazingly, there's been more penalties on offense so far than defense in the first quarter. Penei Sewell just had a penalty on him, and I'm not seeing how that's possible because he's literally perfect specimen. But
you notice how they didn't show a replay of that holding call? It's because it's bullshit.
Lions versus ESPN.
But the defense, it was perfectly summed up on that second down play. They had, I think, maybe 2nd and 7, and they hand the ball off to Aaron Jones, and it would have been a perfect chance to get them in a 3rd and 5+. They had 2 guys in the backfield before Aaron Jones made a cut, and he makes the cut, and he gets by both of them, picks up 6 yards, 3rd and 1, easy convert. They go down the field and score.
Jamie Collins has also missed a couple tackles already and is falling over the place looking like a bumbling fool, so that's been good.
Yeah, he stinks.
Penalty for a Warrior.
The whole defense.
Oh, and we're back to ESPN, and now they're showing Stafford Rams stuff. So
we're getting the ESPN graphics. Oh Lord, let's see what they're saying. The last Lions Monday night game without Matthew Stafford, October 8th, 2001. Wow. All right, we're gonna watch the second quarter. All right, it is now halftime. I don't know why the second quarter seemed so much longer than the first.
It's Bud Light number 4.
17-14 at halftime. The Lions are currently leading.
Everyone on ESPN is acting like they are witnessing a miracle. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Which we kind of are a little bit. Where do you want to go with this first? I mean, it's pretty impressive.
We were 12-point dogs coming into this game. The fact that we're leading at halftime is very strange.
I'm feeling really good about the Lions money line bet that I, or the spread. Sorry, the Lions spread that I bet.
I mean, you should be feeling very good about that. But anything can obviously happen in the second half. I like what you were saying though a little bit earlier. This game was either going to be the Packers really do have some problems,
or it's the Aaron Rodgers revenge game where he just wails on us. And like going into halftime, I think it's pretty clear that the Packers
they have some problems,
dysfunctional right now. Their defense looks. I mean, they're making Jared Goff look like an all-pro quarterback now.
If I'm not mistaken, I think he has 2 incompletions.
3. He's 13 to 16, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
To be fair, there's a lot of deke and dunk passes that are going on, but the offensive line has been really good tonight. Really, really good. He's had all the time in the world to throw. They've been doing a really good job of splitting the passing game and running game. They're almost dead even.
Balance. Yeah.
And this is, we've talked about before, this is where Goff he'll strive in these situations where it's like they can establish the run and the play action, and he's got like time in the pocket. Like, this is how he's going to succeed, and we're seeing it so far in this game.
100%. Could not agree more. He's making good decisions. He's making great throws.
Also, Quintez Cephas is looking like pretty good tonight. He's actually
he almost came down with that touchdown. Holy shit. I had a plate of pizza in my
crotchal
region. If he would have made that catch, my wall would have painted pizza currently. I mean, it would have been sensational. But Yeah, I mean, Goff looks great. The offense looks very good at the moment. They had 4 possessions in the first half. 3 of them were scoring. The clock management in the last one was very questionable.
I would just say it's straight up bad. I mean,
Yeah.
they had a whole minute on the clock and they burned 30 seconds of it.
It's 1st and 10, and then the Lions run like an up the gut with Jamal Williams. He picks up 3 yards. At this moment, there's probably about 1 minute and 2 left. 3 timeouts. They let the clock run. There's really no sense of urgency to get a playoff. It gets all the way down to, 32 seconds. And Goff drops back. He has all day to throw. He finds Hawk wide open across the middle. They pick up another 15 to 20. And now there's 24 seconds left. They pull a timeout. It really just makes you wonder, they call one timeout. They have 2 timeouts left with a minute. And then they do that play. And they get...
This is insane, you fool!
They get, basically a full minute with at least 1 timeout or 50 seconds with 2 timeouts, and they spike the ball there to work from the 25, which is a lot better.
They probably could have came away with this drive with a touchdown if they managed that a little bit better. But you know what? Regardless, hey, we're sitting here. It's 17-14 at halftime.
I guess we shouldn't be.
We shouldn't be complaining too much. Goff has looked perfect. The defense has been problematic, but not as bad as it potentially could be. Again,
the Packers have 3 possessions in the first half. 2 of them are touchdowns. They get 1 stop.
And I will say they've done a very good job of containing Davante Adams to this point. He's got about 3 catches for almost 30 yards right now. We're expecting adjustments at halftime, but as of right now, they're doing a good job shutting him down and not making him a huge. They're not letting Rodgers cook very much either. They're just ground and pound with Aaron Jones.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Who's having a great night.
I was going to say.
He's having a great night.
They don't really need Rodgers to cook right now because Aaron Jones is just running the ball all over us. The linebackers on this team, they fucking suck.
Sorry about that. Whammy.
They suck. I'm screaming into the mic because I hate them.
Bring it, bitch!
You know what doesn't suck is this cold, fresh Bud Light.
Beer me.
Put in Derek Barnes. I was screaming about this in the first quarter. I know Lions Twitter is begging for it. He cannot be as bad as these 2 guys.
Jamie Collins has looked like pure dog shit tonight. He's really bad.
And you know what? Even if he is, he's a rookie. These guys have been in the league for 20 years each, 40 years combined. Please, for the love of God, put in this rookie who can possibly build on his career and become something useful to us.
You know what was another a sad observation that I made a little bit ago before halftime was that I looked over and I was like, you know what, man? It's kind of sad because I really don't notice that Jeff Okudah's not playing. You can't even. It's not even a big difference that our number 3 overall cornerback is not present in the lineup.
Completely fair.
And Awarie is covering Davante Adams.
Again, I will say that Rodgers hasn't had to torch us because Aaron Jones.
They're losing. They're losing the game.
But you look at the 3 possessions they've had. He got sacked on that 3rd down on a broken play, or we actually rushed the quarterback well, which I refuse to believe we did. But other than that, they've had 2 drives where they're just getting anything they want.
Oh my
God.
Any other big takeaways or notes before second half resumes?
TJ Hawkinson is elite.
Yeah, his touchdown catch was spectacular. The catch was great. The throw was perfect. It was a really beautiful play.
I know we talked about, I think last week, him possibly leapfrogging over Darren Waller or George Kittle or Travis Kelce into that top 3 range. I don't know if there is a top 3 anymore. I think there might be a top 4, and I think this guy has to be a part of the conversation.
We're going to kick you in the teeth.
100%. I mean, like, he is phenomenal.
He's kicked his way into the top 4.
I think he did. I think he made a top 4, and I think you can really. I mean, imagine if he was on one of those teams.
So you're saying it's Kelsey, Kittle, Waller, Hockenson right now?
Yes. I think he's in that group. I really do. I mean, he is having a sensational year so far.
Yeah, I guess if you're splitting it up into like, here's the tiers of tight end in the NFL,
he
would be in that tier.
Yes,
yeah, like
100%.
He might not be as statistically or fantasy-wise as productive as those guys yet, but like he's on his way.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, you look at this year. Granted, we're only 2 weeks in, and Hawkinson's only played 6 quarters of football, but Kittle has had 2 very bad games. He has not been a part of their offense at all. Maybe that changes when Trey Lance gets in, because he will eventually. But Hawkinson has put up already through 6 quarters of football much better stats than Kittle has through 8. So we're about to start the third quarter. It's 17-14. The Packers are receiving the ball. I have to imagine that they're going to go down and score, and we're going to be trailing.
Yeah. What's your, before we peace out here, what's your your end of game final score? What are you thinking?
30, 35, no, 38, 31.
38-31 Packers?
Packers.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a close game. I'm gonna go 28-31 Lions.
Oh, baby.
Let's go Lions.
Let's go Lions.
We're going to bite a kneecap off.
I think this is the continuation of the defunct Packers organization here. Everything crumbling. Aaron Rodgers being a drama queen and telling the media, "Hey, don't worry about it for another week." So
interesting. All right,
let's get that
see
upset
at the end of the third.
Later.
All right, third quarter.
Spirits are much lower.
God, that was as bad as it could have gone.
You know, I can't wait to hear this back and be like halftime. We're like, you know what?
Yeah.
We're all, and then just this.
You picked the Lions to win this game. Yeah. We don't score a point.
This is insane, you fool!
So Packers come out. I believe we had them on a 3rd and 12, dead to rights. We put the rookie Ilafanu, however you pronounce his fucking name. I'm going to be cursing a lot out. It's going to be a lot of bleeps in this segment.
Oh, we're putting this out like pretty much live. So
all right, that's fine.
Going on. Yeah.
We put this guy on an island with Devontae Adams, arguably the best wide receiver in the NFL.
Melifonwu,
which I'm pretty sure is still not how you pronounce it, but close enough. Put him on an island with Devontae Adams, and Tracy Walker is minutes behind coverage, minutes behind helping, over the top. They get absolutely burnt on 3rd and 12. They pick up 45 yards.
Devontae Adams in the third quarter went from 30, a little shy of 30 at halftime, to over 100. He was very open this entire quarter, and
they turned that into 7. Rodgers goes 3 for 3, 82 yards and a touchdown on that drive. Our pursuing drive looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Up until we get a 4th and 1. Unfortunate. I mean,
look, we both said if they don't get this, that's
100%.
That's it, because you needed to go toe to toe with them and keep scoring to have any shot at this game. And they, the play call wasn't horrible. It just didn't happen, and momentum's just been swinging for Green Bay ever since. And
I do think that they should have ran that ball. I really do. I think you've been picking up 3rd and 1s all night on the ground. They are probably expecting you to throw the ball for some reason, but the Packers turned that into 7, and now
Jared Goff fumbles the
ball. And
Packers are in the red zone right now. Game just came back. Deacon Dunk, Robert Tonyan's had a good night.
And he's picking up a first down because these guys don't know how to tackle. They don't know how to pursue the ball correctly. They always get swung up on that. Look at that. That's Romeo Cora getting blocked by Robert Tonyan, and then Tonyan takes off for a pickup of 12 and a first down.
Last thing I'll say before we get back to the fourth quarter here. I'm guessing that Matt LaFleur is a follower of the Gridiron Zeros podcast on Twitter because Lucas tweeted out the key to the game. Just throw it in the middle of the field.
Oh, my God. We didn't even get
beat up the linebackers, and you'll score. And they've done that.
Those guys suck.
Yeah, almost every play in the second half. So,
all right.
That'll do it for the third quarter. We got one more to go.
Yep. Oh, nice. Hey, who was that? Tell me that was A.J. Parker. Yep. That they should be, dude. Oh my gosh, there are so many players on this team that they should be playing more that they're not. Fourth quarter recap coming after this. Stay tuned. All right, it's fourth quarter recap. We lost. We didn't score another point in the second half. Held completely scoreless. Packers go on to score 21 unanswered.
Oh, that's come on.
Yeah.
Much poorer effort in the second half. And yeah, I was just saying to Lucas when this was wrapping up here, like, you know, Peyton Manning's on the ESPN broadcast right now going, "Oh, Detroit, just run the ball in the fourth quarter." But like, literally last week or all week long, everyone's talking about they love the Lions keep fighting, they keep fighting, blah blah blah. They're doing the same thing here by throwing the ball. They're just not winning the game or like close to winning the game. So kind of weird that they made that point. But no, it was a really stark contrast to the first half in this game. Pretty much everything on offense went really well in the first half. Everything looked really good. Goff looked great. He looked really good. And like we held Devontae Adams to 30 yards in the first half, and they just come out, make these adjustments, and we didn't score a single point. Green Bay takes it. Final score officially 35-17. Detroit's 0-2. Rodgers has 4 touchdown passes on the night. Green Bay jumps to 1-1. I mean, it's an expected outcome, but it's just disappointing after seeing a first half where there was some juice.
That's the worst thing about it.
There was some juice in the first half.
Is. It's like when you come out the way that you come out, you give us hope, and then you just lay a turd like that in the second half. That's the most frustrating thing.
Like it wasn't even like it was bad. Like it was really bad. Like
it was
like Goff looked terrible in the second half.
That 4th and 1.
That was when all momentum
100% the turning point.
Yep, 100%.
And it wasn't horrible, but the next drive, Goff fumbles. The drive after that, I think he throws the pick.
Important to know, it did start raining in Green Bay, and the ball was slippery, so Goff drops it, fumbles it, and that was
moves the ball on downs again. I mean, it just won the whole second half stampeded into what was just an awful half of football. And it makes it so much worse that the Packers just feel the need to celebrate this. Like they just won a big game. It's like you guys were supposed to do this from the get-go. The fact that it was even that close and the fact, God, there's been a little Bud Light consumed tonight. The fact that it was that close in the first half should be concerning for any Packers fan.
Well, yeah, but like they came back in the end, and they, it was a dominant second half.
It should have been like that from the get-go.
Well, that's what I'm taking away from this game is that first half. Like we saw that, the Lions, at least offensively,
offensively we do have potential.
They are competent at times, and they played a lights out first half and were really impressive. It's kind of the polar opposite of last week, where the first half was kind of like
looked very bad,
not good, and then the second half they kind of rallied and they that kind of carried that energy into this game. I feel like a bit like they're the underdogs going in and maybe a little underestimated, but they peter out in the second half, and it's not even close. So
it was terrible.
Really unfortunate outcome, but not too shocking. It really sucks too because the spread did not cover, so didn't cash out on that one.
That was unfortunate.
It's too bad.
Here's what I want moving forward.
Is this your week 3 hit list?
No, it's not the week 3 hit list. I'll post that on Twitter later. Please, for the love of God, put in AJ Parker, put in Derek Barnes.
Yeah, the Packers were just picking on our linebackers.
Strip
all the second
that
half.
captain's patch off Alonze. Whatever. I don't give a shit what his name is. The guy shouldn't be on the team. Period.
He single-handedly that drive where they came and scored after kickoff. Like he single-handedly was the reason that they got that far down the field. Devontae Adams burned him.
Suck.
Devontae Adams burned him for a huge catch and run, and then he gets a penalty to move him up to the 1-yard line on a third down, and they just run it with Aaron Jones, who had 4 touchdowns tonight.
I mean, it's so typical. It's so typical of them. The defense is so. I don't know. I don't know where they start with that defense. I don't. I don't know if you start with the secondary, because there's nobody good on the secondary at this point. There's nobody. Tracy Walker stinks. Will Harris stinks. Warmier, no good. Okuda stinks.
I would say Warrior is the only guy who's like not horrible, but
linebackers. Alonzo,
or
don't give a shit what his name is. Stinks. Jamie Collins stinks. Defensive line, Trey Flowers. We're paying him how much? Don't care. Get him out.
Normally, I would put a lot more effort into editing out all the flubs and mispronunciations of names, but I'm just not doing it.
Right with this.
Let's just let it roll. It's fine.
Nick Williams. Where did this guy come from?
He had a nice night.
He was the only one. He's the only player on the defensive side that deserves a game ball.
Two sacks.
Two sacks and a tackle for a loss, I'm pretty sure.
And he was all over the field. I mean, I saw him all night. So, yeah, he was the only guy in defense who really showed up and had a great game.
Where's Romeo? We just re-signed this guy to a huge contract because he was the only player that could generate pressure for our team. And you don't hear his name at all.
Him or Brockers or Flowers.
Or Brockers or Flowers. I mean, like Trey, like we haven't heard his name since he signed with the team.
Right. Well, we got anything else you want to say before we wrap up this miserable Monday night?
Like, I get so down on the team, but like for what? Like you and I both predicted this to happen.
Yeah, this is to be expected. It sucks. The only reason that it's shitty is because the first half is legitimately promising. Yeah. So just to see it all crumble down in just an epic fashion was really upsetting. But
it really is.
You know what? Next week we're on to Baltimore.
Yeah.
So all right. That will be good.
Can't wait to watch that one in person.
This is saucy.
It's not saucy. It's not saucy.